Good afternoon. Can you hear me, mommy? So good afternoon, everyone. I just want to start by saying that for most of you, you may already know that the remains that were found in Bella's Gate, St. Catherine, on the 15th of May, 2022, it has been confirmed that it is that of my sister, Chantel Blake, that was missing on the 6th of January. I have gotten all the DMs. My family and I really appreciate the condolences. Some of them we have not yet gotten a chance to go through, but we really appreciate your kind words, your encouragement, and just being there on a whole. We really appreciate it, and Chantel would really appreciate it as well. So I want to thank you guys very much for keeping us in your prayers nonetheless, and helping us to share the word, and keeping us encouraged. It's very difficult, it is rough, and it is tough, and I've never dreamt in a million years that I would be experiencing something like this, or my family would be experiencing something like this. If people would say, like, we've been to school and Chantel, they would say, was the quiet one. Most of the times I've gotten in trouble, it was just to protect her. And it is very sad and hurtful and painful that at this time I was not there to protect her, because she know I would. She know I would. But God, I knew the news could not have gone any other way, because I knew from the moment that I saw the clothing that it was her, because it was something that could fit. And I knew as well that it's not no coincidence that in the same community that devil is from is the same community that my sister's remains were found. It's not coincidence. I am broken into a million pieces. When Chantel and I were growing up, we have spoken about so many things. We have never spoken about death. We have never spoken about what would happen if anything were to go wrong with any of us, because it's not something that we even process for a second. I hold the Jamaica Constabulary Force accountable for not allowing us to have a body to bury. They could not have saved her life, because I know from the moment I went to the house and I spoke with Shane McCullough that he was lying and he did something to my sister. They could not have saved her. But what they could have done was to give us a fair investigation, a just investigation, so that we could at least have a body to bury. How do I go in a church with a skull and piece of bone? I hold the Jamaica Constabulary Force accountable for that, because Chantel does not deserve this. When I went to the house and I called the detective that was on the case, that was Detective Bailey, I called him and I said to him, there's surveillance camera at the house. Has anyone checked the cameras? They're on it, they're working on getting it. I said, has anyone questioned the children? Up until this very moment, that has not been done. This is a house where this woman lives with her children. And obviously, she would have left the children at the house that moment she left and met her demise. And no one thought about checking the surveillance camera. No one thought about questioning the children. When last did you see mommy? Did mommy say anything to you? You understand me? How would you describe your mom's body language? They're smart children. They're able to answer questions like those. The excuse to that was, oh, they're minors. Of course, they're minors, but they can be questioned. And of course, you will not get the Shane's consent. However, it's a police matter that you're investigating, which means that you could get a guardian involved, and you could also get his attorney involved. From Chantel went missing on the 6th of January. Shane has done absolutely nothing to help bring her back because he knows what he did. He knows what he did. The only thing he has done, he has hired a PI to prove his innocence. You could not find the time to hire a PI to prove that to prove what happened to your wife, or to find or to locate your wife. But you could hire a PI to prove that you're innocent. And you could hire a lawyer to prove that you're innocent. You have never come on any platform at all to say to the media, to say to Jamaica, my wife is missing and we need your help in trying to locate where she is. Because he knew what he did. And he comes with the lame excuses because he knows that the system is gonna back him. He knows that whatever he says or does, the system is gonna back him. So, of course, he does not need to rehearse or to study things that he's gonna come forward to say, because of course he knows that the system is gonna back him. Because guess what? Him have money, he's well known, and he knows people in politics, he knows ministers. Every other day you call my sister, she's going to dinner with Christopher Tufton. You understand? I've reached out to Christopher Tufton from in February, and up until now I haven't gotten a response. Chantel is a nobody. Up until now we have gotten no publicity as it relates to anyone coming out. We haven't gotten any statement from the DSP. No one is coming out in public saying anything to us. All the information that we have gotten is behind closed doors and information that we're searching for on our own. She is a mother of 4. And I would say 5 because Jafari does not have any other mother but Chantel. He knows no other mother but Chantel. So I would say 5. But if needs be, she's a mother of 4. And no one thought that something fishy right here. You understand me? Something not right here, so. Your wife did not come home on Thursday. You found it so much of an importance to go to the police station to make a report on Thursday that your wife is missing, when you have not reached out to any other family member to ascertain if they're with her. But you found it, and you took it upon yourself to go to the police station and make a report, not even 24 hours after you haven't seen her. Not even 24 hours. The one person you called, you did not ask if Chantel was with them. You only stated Chantel is missing. 2 weeks after Chantel went missing, 2 days after Chantel went missing, you stated on a recording that the police has, that is on social media as well, that you're grieving. 2 days after your wife is missing, you're grieving. You also said to us, let us mourn together. 2 days after your wife is missing, you want us to mourn together. What exactly are we mourning for? Shane McCullough, what we are mourning for? What exactly are we mourning for? The Jamaica Constabulary Force see that of no importance and no urgency. But take my word for it. If the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Mr. Fitz Bailey, and the entire CIB and MIB allow Shane McCullough to kill my niece and nephew, you guys will be held accountable for it, because that man is capable. I cannot understand why this man still have access to these children up until this very moment. Me cannot understand it. I'm refused to understand it. I need somebody to come and tell us publicly that, listen, since as the word adequate evidence is so much of a famous word and it's a good word, listen, we don't have adequate evidence to list him as a suspect, or we have adequate evidence to list him as a suspect. And let us go back to the drawing board, because as far as I am concerned, we have been solving this case from day one. We have been solving this case from day one. The first time that we came public, they stated that we are compromising the case. And I say, you know what, mommy? Make we make it rest. Make we allow them to do them work. When the remains were found, I was so happy, because me be like, thank you, Jesus. At least something will become of this. And all it did was to make the case stagnant. That's all it did. The case stuck. It can't go nowhere. After the remains were found, the case stagnant. Remember, I know, this is a community that this man is familiar with. You understand me? A community that her phone was also tracked the same day that she was reported missing. You understand me? And it's no coincidence. I saw the blows and I know it was my sister's blows from the moment I look at it. I knew it from the moment I set my eyes on it. And to top it all off, you understand, when I went to the Spanish Town Hospital and they took the remains out of the body bag, the tarpaulin that the body was wrapped in was nowhere to be found. And they stated that they sent back for the tarpaulin. How could you, scene of crime, how could you leave tarpaulin, something of such significance, at the scene of crime? Is it that you're not sensible enough? Is it that you're not capable enough? What is it? And trust me, I honestly believe that that was very intentional. That was very, very intentional. You could have left the remains there, because the only thing we're going to get from the remains is to do a DNA sample from the teeth. You understand? That's the only thing that we're going to get from the remains, because there's pretty much nothing. But you left the tarpaulin there. You understand that the entire body was wrapped in. Why? I want to ask that question. Why? What were you trying to cover up? I have never been so ashamed in my entire life. I have never been so ashamed in my entire life. Listen, I regret being a Jamaican citizen. And I will say that with no regrets. I regret being a part of this country and this population. Because if you're not from an affluent background, if you do not have status, and if you don't have money, and if you're not in a lodge, and if you're not the wrong things, nobody notice you. Nobody notice you. I said to the first set of police that was on the case, check the surveillance camera, question the children. Jafari said to me, Auntie, are the two man them come for mommy? I said to the police officer, ask the little pitney, what is he talking about? Up until now. Up until now. When everything started off and in the initial state, my mother and I was so worried about the children. And we said to the police officer, which is b0dy and b0dy, we are very concerned about Shane leaving the island and taking the children. They said to us that is not something for us to worry about, because his travel documents were seized and the port. What them say about the port, mommy?
There's a blockage.
There's a block at him. There's a block for him at the port. So I want to know, when we got the information that Shane McCullough was in Newark, did he take the boat or did him fly? Which one of them? Because if you take him travel documents and you close the port, me don't like to know how him leave the country. And let me say this again. If Jamaica Constabulary Force sit down and make Shane kill my nieces and my nephew, because if you did that to their mother, what will you not do? You will be held accountable for it at the detriment of me. You will be held accountable for it. Uno too slack. Uno too corrupt. Uno too dirty. So what? Chantel not have no family. Chantel not have no family. We not have no voice. We not pay no police to do them work. Let me tell you that. We not pay no police to do them work. Me I go tell you that and say it straight.
I pay them already in my tax money. I pay taxes so then collect
You understand?
my tax money.
We have spent so much money on this. We have gotten a private investigator. And the private investigator could say to us that Shane have bodyguard, police bodyguard. You understand me? The same first set of police that had the case were the same set of police that was bodyguarding Shane. I remember speaking to this woman, and I'm not going to call her name because she pretty much have never a clue. When I heard about Shane visiting a particular police bar, which is b0dy bar. You understand? b0dy bar. I said to the policewoman, do you know Mr. b0dy? She says, yes. I say, does he have a bar? She said, yeah, he operates a bar. He owns a bar.
That's confirmation.
Yes, that is confirmation. I didn't even ask her or say anything to her about what I heard. I just wanted to know if him own a bar for you. How do you have someone that you're investigating, quote unquote, because as far as me concerned, Shane is a victim right here. How do you have someone that you are investigating sitting down in your bar drinking, bodyguarding the same person? Let me ask you a question. You don't have no mama, no sister, no auntie, no cousin. You don't have no relative. You don't too dirty. Nobody never did ask you to say for bring Chantel back alive to us. Because I know that Chantel dead from the moment she tell me say in left for Rafa all about to because I know nothing go so. We were not asking for you to bring her back alive. But because of no carelessness, you understand me? Because of no carelessness, we get skull and bone. When me tell my 4 niece and nephew them say no. When me tell them say no. Because of no negligence. Because of no negligence, I'm not going to sit down and wait till she and decide to commit suicide and kill me 4 nieces and nephew them. Because that man is not going to allow himself to sit in jail. He have too much ego and too much pride for that. He is not going to allow that to happen. But let me tell you this and mark my word. If Shane McCullough, if Uno allow Shane McCullough to kill my nieces and my nephew them, you guys will be held accountable for it. Because uno too neglectful. Uno too neglectful. Uno take up word for serve and protect. Uno need to put in a bracket wealthy, affluent people. Because only them the people don't protect. Only them the people that uno protect. The wealthy people them, the affluent people them, the people that one can get a drink from. Only them the people that want to protect. Mr. Fitzgerald, I am so disappointed in you because I came to your office and you gave me your word that you will be investigating the matter personally. It is not something that you do, but you're going to ensure that you take up this case on a personal level. And quite frankly, you've done nothing. When the MID took this case, I think they have tried their best. But you see CIB and you see Matilda's corner police, and them compromise the case. They might talk about we going on social media go compromise, and them compromise the case because they made it so difficult. All the evidence that was there, 3 months later MID take control, if so much. Don't hold me to that. You understand me? It was so difficult. There was no security footage. And as far as me concerned, Chantel is dead and the children are missing, probably dead. Because nobody can say to us, listen, we have spoken to the children and they're okay. You understand? Nobody can say that to us. Every time that we make a phone call, if we do get through, the matter is under investigation. The matter is under investigation. Shane has been treated like he's a victim. When you're the last person we see her, you understand me? You are the husband, you understand me? And your story is not adding up.
They couldn't even get him to come identify the clothes.
You could not even get him to come identify the clothes. And he's the last person that saw her. And you could not get him to do that. And yet still this man is being treated as if he's a victim. All the Jamaica Constabulary Force did need to tell we is that, like, guess what? When you take up some placard and some poster and come down here, come make up some nice and get TVJ and CVM.
I would have done that.
Because that could have been done. That could have been done.
Have vulgarness then like how they used to.
But I honestly feel like say if you take a word for serve and protect, that is exactly what you should be doing. I mean, I study with water in my mouth. I regret being a Jamaican citizen. Me regret being a part of this population. Because I never pay, we couldn't pay people too. But we not support no corruption. We not support it. We not support no corruption. Uno too wicked. Uno too wicked. Uno sit down on no eye ass and you know exactly what this man do. And instead of uno action what this man do, protect we. You understand me? Make we feel like say yes, something is being done and we're getting justice. Uno cover it up. Uno cover it up. 3 months after my sister go missing, or months after, uno go buy house for go do what? Exactly what I go buy the house at this point go do? What I expect to see up there when uno see one call she and tell him say them all come and he must clear out everything? What exactly you guys expecting to see months later? Me beg uno, look on the surveillance camera. You understand me? Match timestamp. Check if this goes off it true. What time him say she leave the house? Alright, look on the surveillance camera, match what the man say. Nothing is wrong if he was proven innocent. But there was nothing done. And there could not be anybody else because Chantel don't know nobody. She and make sure say Chantel don't know anybody. Because he make sure say him depart her from the entire family. Mother and father's side. He make sure say him complete that assignment. But let me tell you something, Shane. You get it wrong. Because if you feel like you could have brainwashed Chantel into me hating her and me sitting down and accept what you do, you got it twisted. You got it twisted. You understand me? You go up Matilda's corner police, go tell them whatever you want to tell them and make report. Not even 24 hours after your claim say your wife go missing. You go up there, go make report.
Before you ask
you understand me? You not call a soul and ask them. You not hear from Shan, you not see Shan no come home, you know. But you call and say Shan is missing. And you're grieving. And you're mourning. The very moment they went by the house, the same day after you left the country.
Remind me about the Saturday when you run. You know why I did run.
You understand? When I came by the house on Saturday, that was the 8th of January. When I came by the house, I called you and I said, listen, I come up there. You understand me? And I was at the house and I had to go to work. You got a phone call and you had to leave immediately. All you answered the phone and said is, me a come. Me said to the police them, check the man phone records of who that call him. Who that call him? Why him have to run? Him couldn't drop me out of the front for me get a taxi for go work. Because somebody call him. You understand me? I said to the police, check his phone records. This man about 3 different number. Check his phone records. Who him a talk to? Who is he talking to? You mean me a come? That's all he said. The phone call was not 10 seconds. And he could not drop me at the front of the scheme to get a taxi to work because he had to leave so urgently. So urgently. We sat down and he grieved with soul and he pain with heart. But we sat down and we allowed the Jamaica Constabulary Force to do them work. And they make mockery away. They made mockery of us. Because they know that they weren't doing shit. They knew that they weren't doing anything. And then take with a fool and take with a papi show. Because what? Because what? She can't tell you say Chantel and the family not live so good. Because he make sure the same assignment was completed. He make sure the same assignment was completed. That's why you never like me. Because you know say a Chantel are the weak one. That's why you never like me. But always I wonder, you don't know nothing about me, but yet still you don't like me. You tell Chantel all manner of evil about me and you don't know me. But you realize, say, you have a challenge.
I'm threatened by you, man.
You have a challenge. But you get it twisted if you feel like, say, the brainwash Chantel. I'm going to make me sit down and allow you to go scotch-free. You understand me? Me disappointed in Jamaica. No one has came to us publicly and said anything. You understand me? The only time we get results is when we go up on social media or when the media is involved. Because Chantel and nobody and fear family no count because they not no money. They not no money, so fear family no count. She not a celebrity. She not influencer. So fear what them are saying don't really make no sense right here. So we're not business with what them are come with. Uno too corrupt in other country. And uno need to decide whether or not Jamaica need a justice system or they need JCF. Because me not think right now it necessary. Me not think it necessary. Me not think it necessary. Because uno not serve and protect. Me not know how in a million years me dream say me did want to be one police. Me not know how me did come off that. Uno is a wicked set of people. You understand me? Uno is a wicked set of people. And let me tell you, this case was compromised from the first set of police to have the case. And we need b0dy for ask b0dy and b0dy why it is that the security camera was not checked. Why it is that up until this point there is no location of where the kids are, and the kids were not questioned up to this point. 3 months later is when the real investigation, I would say, started. 3 months later.
And then couldn't do nothing about it. MID couldn't do nothing because the damage was already done.
The damage was already done. What could MID do? They tried. They tried, because when the detective from MID called me, and if that man would research his memory, I thought he was a scammer. Because I called my mother, Mr. Mummy, I don't believe that man here. Because he came and he was very empathetic. He was very empathetic. And I could not believe it. And I said to Mummy, that man is a scammer.
And when I went to
I said to him, I called a friend of mine and I said, how can I verify that a police officer is indeed a police officer? And he said to me, ask him for his badge number. So I said, is that something that he would actually give to me? And he said, yeah, he has to give it to you. And I text the police officer and I said, what is your badge number? And he gave it to me. And I sent it back to that person. And I said, this badge number look familiar? This sound like somewhere exists? And he said, yes. Because he knows persons and their badge number is very similar. I thought it was a scam because he was the only one that was empathizing.
And when you went to the office, it was the same thing, so it wasn't just not that one individual.
Exactly. And when we went to MID, they were very, very empathetic. They were very empathetic. But when you come on to Matilda's corner and CIB, that's the corruption there. And let me tell you something, one man cannot change the world. And if the head corrupt, me don't know where the foot for do. You understand me? If the head corrupt, I don't know what the foot should do. And we are not stupid. We sit down and we nod our heads and we bite with fingernail, make us feel like say we're dumb, but we're not dumb. Enough is enough. And me would have like somebody if you tell me when Shane McCullough is gonna be listed as a prime suspect, and when me I gonna get my niece and nephew them out of that man custody. Because if the Jamaica Constabulary Force sit down and allow Shane to hurt my nieces and nephew, they will be held accountable for it. Because there are other things that they're going to be held accountable for. Like not allowing us to have a body to bury. If they had done their investigation initially, we would have gotten a body to bury. We're not paying nobody for do them work. Let me set that straight.
Pay them already.
We're not paying nobody for do them work. Because we know some money issue. I don't know if not, but not maybe.
And we not broke more than nobody else. And not broke, we broke. We just not believing in the corruption.
So me want Mr. b0dy go back to the drawing board with the first set of police them where did have the case and ask them how much money you no get. Give back she any money. So we can get justice. Because Chantel life matter too. Chantel life matter too. So uno go do what do and give back she any money. So because Chantel life matter. You couldn't hire one team for go search for your wife. You couldn't go in your vehicle and drive couldn't go over for sure auntie where you left the remains. But you could have hire PI and police. And police and lawyer. And when police ready for question your papa, you come talk about say you have memory problem. You don't have memory problem yet. Me say, wall I no ask I go catch fire because I not stopping. I am not stopping. Uno too wicked. Uno too wicked. Chantel don't deserve this.
You finish that. Never message for the Prime Minister.
Sure, mommy. Chantel don't deserve this. Whenever did I ask the police to boom flick pan their head and do not what they're supposed to do? All we are asking for is justice and a thorough investigation. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. And we were gonna do a protest today, but because it was sudden, and I know that there's a lot of people that would want to be a part of it, postpone it for further dates. You understand me? And we still have time to give us answers. I mean, I want nobody call my phone and come tell me no, me want it public. Same like how you can go sit down around big table and talk about you have adequate evidence. Me need it public to say, look here, we have adequate evidence that Shane is not a suspect, or we have adequate evidence that Shane is a suspect. And if Shane is not a suspect, tell me who is a suspect. Because no Chantel kill herself and make dog nyamar. So I want to know who is the suspect. I don't give Shane time to fly all about the country and all about the island. I don't give him time to fly and make him do nothing to one of my niece and nephew them. I don't allow him to do nothing to one of my niece and nephew them. Enough is enough and people tired and sick of uno. People tired and sick of uno. Uno take people life with papi show. You understand? All because uno can't get $1. All because you can't get something down the pocket. You take people life for papi show. And true people now pay you know. You understand me? And true people have no affluent background. And true we're no politician. And true we not go on dinner with no minister. It no matter. Chantel life no matter. But me said this already, I'm going to say it again. If the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Andrew Holness, Mr. Fitzbailey, allow Shane McCullough, because listen, Horace Chang, allow Shane McCullough if you do anything to my nieces and nephew, them when I've got answer to the family here. And you guys will be held accountable for it if it's the last thing I do. Because I'm too slack in other country here. That's why so much disaster come down here.